My name is Madeleine Parent. I was born in Montreal in 1918. I was sent to a French convent, then in the last 2 years went to an English finishing school, and from there to McGill University. In those days, nobody except 1 or 2 friends of mine believed that a woman could be a labor organizer, and therefore the only way to get close to the trade union movement, as I saw it then, was to accept a job as office secretary in the organizing office of the Montreal Trades and Labor Council, which I did.
There once was a union maid, she never was afraid of goons and ginks and company finks and the deputy sheriff who made the raid. She went to the union hall when a meeting it was called, and when the Legion boys come around, she always stood her ground.
However, in wartime, there was so much organizing to do that one who was prepared to be a volunteer had much opportunity to write union leaflets, distribute leaflets at plant gates, which included running away from the police, because in those days the city bylaws prohibited distributing union leaflets on the sidewalks. It involved also attending meetings and doing the general work of a union organizer. And that is the way I got my experience. I found then that the workers in the cotton mill, almost the majority of whom were women, worked 50 hours a week, 10 hours a day. Some worked 12 hours at night, and there were children down to the age of 10 years working in the cotton mill, both night and day. The conditions of the workers were quite hard, and there was absolutely no independence, no security on the job. And I found that the reasons why the women organized were not only the usual reasons, that is, that they wanted better wages, they wanted better conditions of work, they wanted opportunities for advancement. But in particular, the women wanted to be independent on the job. They didn't want to be at the mercy of the foreman, who could privilege one individual provided he got her personal favors and then punish everybody else. They wanted to be their own masters on the job and have some security and independence. They also were very keen on the demand to cut the hours from the 10-hour day or the 12-hour night down to the 8-hour day and the 40-hour week.
This union maid was wise to the tricks of company spies. She couldn't be fooled by a company stool. She'd always organize the guys. She'd always get her way. When she struck for better pay, she'd show her card to the National Guard, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union.
We can say that wartime proved that women could do almost any job that men had done before, and when they needed them, because many of the men had gone off to the war, these women performed these jobs. It was a period of great progress, and a period where the women played a very great and very militant role. Unfortunately, very few of the women who led the organizing drives in that campaign got the credit for it, and most of the men seemed to get most of the credit for what was achieved. Equal pay for equal work. It seems to me that this is an elementary thing which has to be won in the interests of the working women, but also in the interests of working men, who certainly stand to lose if women are used as cheap labor to undercut the standards which they win, which shows simply that both men and women together are part of the working class and must work in solidarity to improve the standards and to have equal opportunity and equal pay for the same kind of work. But I find that within the unions there must be women who will fight for these benefits, who will fight for these rights. There will be women, must be women who are elected as stewards, who are elected to the bargaining committee, because it is no use having a union vote on demands for better maternity leave or for benefits during maternity or for proper rights of women on return from maternity leave, if when these issues are bargained with the employer, the bargaining committee is a completely male committee.
Sister's gotta go down and join the union. She's got to join it by herself. Ain't nobody here can join it for her. She's gotta go down and join the union by herself.
How should women organize? Well, I think, first of all, women must choose the unions and choose them very carefully, which show the best promise of giving them a chance to participate actively, to take a part in the leadership, to help to shape the policies and demands of these unions. But I think where they are not satisfied with unions that exist within their own area, they should get together and set up their own unions. It is much more simple than people believe. They can always make it clear that the men who may be a minority in any given sector are welcome to join that union. But being the majority and having taken the initiative to set up the organization, to shape its policies, to vote upon its demands, the women will be the determining factor in these organizations. Wherever women at their place of work join together, question all of the conditions that make for their inequality, for the injustices committed against them, and together try to find the means through organizing of fighting these injustices, I think their consciousness is being raised.
You gotta go down and